Haruka. Hello, hello. Hi. Hi, how are you doing? Hi. Thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. Yay. I'm certainly starting up my career on YouTube now. Hi. It's been a little bit, hasn't it? I've been a little busy recently, working on some cool things. But here we are today. I bet you didn't expect me today, did you? I didn't. Anyway, hello everyone, and welcome. I have some hours of time to spend with you, so if you'll have me, I'll have you too. I have some slight new things on the interaction front. We'll see if it works or not. I have no idea if it works. If it breaks me, then I guess I'm getting banned today, but it should be fine, right? Alright. Anyway, thank you so much, Ray. Do I still like my old models? I certainly don't dislike them, but I definitely don't prefer them. There are a few exceptions of things that I think I'll revisit in the past. Yeah. Okay. It works! Okay, it works. Okay, it works. What the fuck? It works. Oh my god, it works. Oh my god. Alright, well, I guess you can wet me if you subscribe. Thank you. Bleh. Bleh. Is that a cow bell on my ear? No, it's a cow tag. Welcome, Jay. It's a cow tag. Yeah. Bleh. Bleh. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Get wet, Rooney.
Thank you. Thank you. Arigato. This wet thing is too opaque. It should be more transparent. Wait, I can change the color of the wet animation. Hold on. Let's see. I'm gonna make it white. And then how do I change the opaqueness of it? Precision. Oh. Metallic scattering. Kumbi. Hi, welcome everyone. It's really cute how I narrow my eyes. Thank you. Alright, I made the water transparent, I think. It was a little bit too blue, I think. I'll see. Maybe it will look like slime or something. Anyway. Konnichiwa. Hello, hello. It's the Keva call me Moomy. Sure, you can call me Moomy if you want to. Gel Blaster. Also, Rumi Mega Mega. Lips. Konnichiwa, Sami. Kind of. Hold on. Bleh. 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 Melon, thank you for the 17. The water looks awful, by the way. It looks awful. I hate it. I fucking hate it. I regret my decision immediately. I hate the water. Oh my god. Bleh. It looks awful. What happened? I got covered in goo. Yes, Sammy. I refuse. I refuse. I refuse to add channel points. Rewards. You may gather your channel points forever and ever in your infinite wallets of channel points. I will not give you your rewards. Yeah, I won't. I won't. Nothing. You'll get nothing. Can I wiggle my ears without moving my body? I could if I changed my setup a bit, but I don't really want to. Hey. Hey. Wee. Good morning, everyone. So, last time you saw me, I hinted that I were gonna do some upgrades. I've done the upgrades. I was gonna do like a... Now we're just waiting for everything to be finished. Well, waiting. I'm finishing up a little things. In other words, we're gonna do like a cool little debut video. I'm gonna do a debut. And I'm a little bit busy, so it's kind of gonna like not work out very well because like I'm gonna debut and then like not stream that much. Fuck. Anyway, so I should like we're gonna do like a VTuber debut thing where I like reveal myself even though I'm literally in front of you with the model that I'm gonna stream with. So like whatever debuts are like a fucking a pain in the ass anyway. So like whatever. Oh my god. Good luck on the debut, right? Oh, it's gonna be like a little lore video. I think you'll really love it. Yes, exactly. You just cover your ears and eyes so I can re-debut again. Yes, please. Fucking onegai shimasu. Atashi wa debut this, yeah, whatever. You really want to be called a good boy, don't you? I'll think about it. What do I think about fan fictions about streamers or so? I don't really think much about them at all. It could be fun. Write anything you want about me if you feel like doing that. No problems. You can draw whatever you want of me, write whatever you want of me. You can have me however you desire. I have really no... I have no limitations. Is this song looping? Oh, that's why it's looping. Okay. Konnichiwa. Oh, my hair is tangled. Ask away. We are here for our conversation anyway. You don't have to ask permission for questions. You can ask me whatever you want to ask me. I may not always be happy with the question, but I can definitely give you an answer one way or another. I can do a backflip, yes. However, do you see how dangerous that would be? Where are my arms? Here! Here! Right there! They're right there. Thighs. Here. Okay, you want here's everything. Here you go. Yeah, there's everything. I'm covering my panties. Oh my god. Let me just do something for you here. There you go. You can see everything. I'm hiding my hands again. Why am I dressed in this cool uniform? It is not nice. Because it is a nice outfit. Yeah, that's the thing. It's okay. Listen, this is actually the bane of my fucking existence. Let me explain this to you. Okay, I've been trying to figure out outfits for myself for a while now. I have done outfits for years and years and years because I do them myself, right? And I ran into this problem, and that nothing looks better than this. Okay, this shit looks amazing. I can't stop using it now. It's like, fuck. What am I supposed to do? Also, I can't show you my back because you can see my cheeks are out technically because my skirt is tiny. Okay, but I have a tail, yes. My belly jiggles. How about that? Do you like belly jiggle? Here, my belly jiggles. My thighs jiggle too. Alright, so I'm gonna stop playing with the camera now. Y'all want me to mess up, so I'm not going to mess up, okay? They're behind my back. It's behind my back. You can see that I have my hands behind my back. Listen, no more low camera angles. Okay, you're all gonna make me fuck up. No more low, no more. Here, I'm leaning forward, protect myself. God, yes, I'm such a big, brawly, masculine person. Do you see the muscles all over my fucking chest? Do you see these muscles? You thought these were tits. These are not tits. These are giant fucking muscular, masculine, muscular lumps of muscle hanging off my fucking chest. Muscles even. Is that like a thing that people... Oh yeah. It's like a Star Wars celebration, right? Have a good time. Bye bye, Ray. This poses. Okay, we're gonna do this pose instead. I wonder how many people hello Mind, what's up? Do you also watch Star Wars stuff? I struggle with so much new Star Wars stuff. I hope that Andor is good though. The first one was really good. There, I'll put the thighs on camera for you. But this is all you're getting. I'm not gonna zoom in on my thigh squish. You can, you know what? You can take a screenshot and fucking expand it in Paint. How about that? Is it bad if you're a League player? You can be any kind of player you want. There's many people like you. It is okay. What inspired you when you started working on that model? Did you have character for reference? No. I'm trying to think if I ever had a reference for anything that I personally kind of did. No, not really. Take a screenshot and draw them? Fuck yes, let's go. Extreme Eye Candy, thank you so much. Thank you. It's been a while for me too. I haven't been around that often myself, so. Sometimes you just gotta go gyaru and see what happens, for sure. I mean, I didn't expect this outcome either. I was gonna just go with like small chest the whole time and like just go from there. And I had like a reason for it and a whole aesthetic I was going for and like a whole like idea I was going for. And I was really happy with myself. And then I found this and I was like, I accidentally made myself in a way that I really enjoyed. Because like the original goal was, yes, that's what I mean, where originally I was going to like just make like, hello Aaron, I was going to make a just a slutty version of myself. That's what this was. It was like a big titty slutty gyaru version of myself as like a side thing. That was the idea. And little did I know that it was going to be like too fucking good. It was too fucking good. It was too good. I was like, oh shit. If I go back, I just missed the new one now. God damn it. Also, thank you so much for the compliments, Ben, Guardian, everyone. Thank you so much. I do think that this fits me currently more. So, okay, so it may not seem like I am tanned, but I'm not as pale as normal, common characters are. Sorry. Like, cause the ordinary skin color of a lot of these models and bases is all paler, but we have it a little bit more tanned. It doesn't seem that way because nothing around me is tan, but yeah. It's a little bit more in that direction than normally is, because it's referencing my actual skin color, and I think it's, although to be fair, the lighting here is a little bit brighter than you'd expect it to be. I'm still actually looking into how I can make the lighting affect the color a little bit different, but yeah. Anyway, hi Gleb, what's up? You can be a good boy, of course. Your titties hurt. Oh no. Thank you so much, Felden. Painting the light bulbs. Yeah, so for example, if I do this, right? It's not really doing what I wanted to do, you see? Like there's a wait, I can hold on. If I do this. See, it's not really doing it properly. But you can see that in other lighting, it's like oh, it's because the background is red. Yeah, that's why. As you see, when I turn off all the lights, you can see much clearer that my skin color is like definitely not on the pale end. When I turn off the lights, off the colored lights. You see? Yeah, exactly. Because well, because little known fact, but like I am a mixed blood in many different ways, you know, part demon, part cow, but maybe part something and something else too. Because you know, if I had a body in the real world, roleplay, lolxy, I have a giant fucking afro, so like just that should tell you enough, right? I'll have a lot of different ethnicities in my body. Let's put it that way. So I was trying to I usually try to reflect that a bit in the color of my character's skin. It's hard to stay consistent on all the fronts, but I think this one is pretty accurate. I might be a little bit, like, it depends on like whether I've been in the sun or not, you know, but this is roughly how it is right now, I think. A game as detailed as Stellar Blade, but it had my model. I've actually been working on, I haven't been working on it, but I have been talking about modding myself into games for a while now, and I just haven't done it yet, but like maybe one day. Clovey, I would love to ease your pain. Come over. We can hold each other, make each other feel good, you know. Dark tan. I guess I would have to see what color my face turns into if I'm out in the sun a lot. And I want to stay within the range that I'm actually able to have. But yeah, it is probably a possibility, yeah. But I'm a massive shut-in, so I don't know when that will be. How many outfits did I try? About 7, and I deleted 5 of them. I only have 2 now, because I hated them all. I've tried a lot of different things before I settled on, 2 different outfits. I don't think the other outfit is even available on this right now, but it's also kind of dangerous, so. The other one I will only describe in words. So it is a transparent crop top with my bikini under it, and you can see through it, with waist level panties, well, panties thong essentially, that like barely covers, and then really tiny shorts to go with them. So it is barely streamable, but I could probably stream in it. It's barely streamable. I probably have to wait for or take care of it a little bit. Actually, hold on, let me message someone real quick. Let me talk. Let me message music artists real quick. Okay, okay. There we go. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so most of the things I have are dangerous. I had a few other outfits, but I essentially like, so I have this problem where if it doesn't reach this level of detail, I fucking delete it. I delete it. I can't. So I had like, I had like a version killer that I completely modified and it was completely jiggly, but at the end I was like, and I just deleted it. I think I'm a little bit too critical maybe. So I decided to do something else. I can add detail to this, right? So there's two other additions that I have that I can do. One of them is having a band around my thigh, like a golden-ish themed band around my thigh, similar to like the police tape I used to have 4 years ago. And another one is something that could be kind of funny. So I'm going to have like a cash hairpin. So it's going to be a $sign hairpin because I'm a cash cow. Use me. I can be your cash cow, you know? I can be your fucking sugar mommy. Anyway. And lastly, I could probably re-add my tail piercing with my trans piercing on my tail. I used to have them in the past. Yeah, pretty much. Speaking of cash cow, let me like show you a preview of the big video we've been working on. It has several scenes. I'm recording a bunch of things. I had to figure out what I wanted to do for it for a while, but I figured out how I want to record everything. But there are some 2D animated scenes. And I have a fun little preview for you. And I think you'll understand what kind of 2D scenes are part of this as soon as I show this little image. I didn't mean to sound sinister while saying that. It just came out that way. Dun, 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 dun. It's not sex. It's not sex. Don't get the wrong idea here. It's not sex. It just looks suspicious. It has the dollar pin. Yes, that's it has the dollar pin. Drop the full video, please, I beg. I have been caught up doing like 3 other things. I kind of intended to finish by now, but I guess plot twists had my attention elsewhere. If nothing else, I should be able to record the rest of the scenes today. If I don't get pulled away by people. I should just say no, right? I should just say no and say I'm busy for a bit, right? Yeah. Yeah. But I'm not too sure if I want to release it immediately, right? Like do I not like promote like, hey, we're doing this debut thing? Do I like, tell you that I'm doing this debut thing first? Like do the promotion thing or something like that could be fucking boring. Promotion is boring. Promotion is boring. Anyway, sorry. Heels or boots? Gotcha. Maybe one day. I guess I still don't have shoes. Yo, can some I don't know what shoes to wear on this outfit, especially. Like I could get like basic ass schoolgirl shoes or something, but I kind of don't really like I don't know, maybe someone can design me boots or something. I don't know. I always struggle with shoes. Like I can do shirts, I can do thigh highs and leggings and more shirts and bikinis, and I don't know, I can do shit, I guess. But I always fuck up with shoes. Pretty much. By the way, I am wearing double panties. I'm wearing double panties so that nothing goes wrong. I'm just saying. I'm wearing double panties. I am completely covered. You don't believe it? A proof? What color? You're looking at the color. Everything on my fucking body is the same color. Really upping the wholesome ratio. I know, right, Paris? Right. It's cow patterned. Like I put a cow pattern on the panties. Okay, so you'll see like that little cow pattern on it. Hello, Toby. Moo. Do I have a category on Twitch? I don't even know if I have a category on Twitch. It's probably just chatting, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. I'm gonna probably switch to a different multi-stream solution in a bit. Oh well. It's always crazy when like normies find my Twitter sometimes and like I'm like a fucking alien to them. And I do so many concepts that are like completely alien, like expressing my feelings. I was never in my life an army. Never in my fucking life, okay? I mean, yeah, I was an alien at one point. Yeah, I was an alien at one point for sure, yeah. I was never in my life, was I? From day one. From day one. I have stories. I have stories from when I was a fucking baby. I have fucking stories that I've heard that people have told me. Oh shit. That's fucking crazy. Now I'm just a fucking grandmother. Oh my god. Listen, I'm ancient in video years. I'm absolutely ancient. Wouldn't it make sense to have a pair of cowgirl boots? I mean, can see it. I mean, it really has to be, yeah. Like I said, if I try something, eventually maybe something will stick, kind of thing. What are my tips to looking so young? I don't know, I rolled the dice. RNG, come here. I'm sorry, I don't know. Everyone always considers me like my entire life, like literally, like everyone always thinks I'm like 5 to 10 years younger than I actually am. Like when I was like 16, people think I was like fucking 10. When I was like throughout my, you know, like oh my god. Maybe I am a Saiyan. Don't smoke, don't go outside. Oh shit, I guess I nailed it. Right? Oh my god, I'm still getting ID'd everywhere. Oh my god. It's true, I still get ID'd fucking everywhere, by the way. Oh my god. Maybe because I have a lot more hair on my head. This fucking water shit. This is what I'm turning it off. I'm turning off the fucking water. Dove, hi, thank you. I'm turning off the fucking water. Where the fuck's the water settings? Where the fuck is it? Fuck this water. What? I got idiot all the time. What do you mean? Oh. How do I stop this water shit? Okay, exit. Yeah, that's right. I turned it off. I turned it off. No more water. I am the grandmother in the room, okay? Look at me. Look at me. I am an ancient VTuber. I've been doing this since 2018. Okay. I was a VTuber before you even knew what a VTuber was. That's right. That's right. I'm from the pre-Hololive era. Technically, Hololive, pre-Hololive Ian. I had no problem being wet. I am currently wet. Look at me. I'm currently wet. You see the dripping of water on my skin? I'm currently wet. Let's see. It could also be the country, by the way, because like maybe in some countries they just don't ID as much, but over here they definitely will ID you if you don't look like you're fucking ancient. Like no matter who you are. Like I'm pretty sure like we were at like a liquor store with like 3-4 people from this community, and we went to meet up together, and like at one point the clerk comes to me and goes like, we want all of your IDs. Give me all of your IDs. And I'm just like, yeah, I mean, that's normal here. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. This song is so nice. Just ban water? Yeah, I'm gonna ban all water. Do you? I don't know. Everyone just looks away to me. I don't know. I don't think I think about it. Everyone just like, you know, looks fuckable to me. So like, I don't know. It's kind of just like out of my mind. I certainly have no issues hooking up with any 1 over 40, 50 or something. So like, they're supposed to ID anyone regardless of how they look. Yeah, some countries enforce that a lot more than others, I think. If I banned water, what did I just drink? Consumables. Sorry, I misspoke. Consumables. I'm just drinking a consumable. Exactly, Ben. Consumable. A sketch? Okay. Let me take a look at my DMs then. What camera angle would you prefer of me, everyone? You want to have some close-up time? Do you want to have a full body time? Or do you want to go back to medium? Full body? I feel so far away when I'm in full body. I'd rather be like up close or something. Let's see, sketch. Oh damn, I look like a fuckable bitch in this drawing. Hell yeah. Thank you, Zero, too. Holy shit. I see. I don't mind either way. Something seems bigger. Is it your horns? Yes, actually. I think my horns are a little bit... I'm not sure, actually. I don't know. You know, let me change the light a little bit. Let me just change the angle of the light. For no particular reason, just like change. There you go. I think this is a nice angle for the lights. See, you get to see a little bit more of my details at this angle. Yeah, I mean, I've been a big titty cow before, but I guess the reasoning was a little bit different at the time. Actually, I just noticed a glitch. Hold on. There you go. That hairpiece shouldn't be there. Oh, speaking of which, zoop, I can take off my hair, you know? I like it this way though. And of course, for all of you who are so curious, I can take off everything. I can take off everything. All clothing, all underwear, everything. And guess what? I am not censored whatsoever underneath these clothings. Everything is detailed. Every texture, every material, every detail, every hard nipple is underneath these pieces of clothing. Okay. I just wanted to mention that if I fucked up, that it wouldn't be just a mesh of nothingness. It is literally all detailed, and I never censored it. My GPU can keep up. My 4090 will be fine. Close up of my eyes, sure. Okay. You're not believing me until you have proof. I see. We can talk about proof another time. Hell yeah. Ha. 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 Anyway, so stretch. Define wholesome. This is not a wholesome stream. This is not friendly for your family, sisters, brothers, and parents. There will be themes, topics, and vibes that are completely inappropriate for many people on this planet. In the same way that normies will probably not enjoy what I do or say. If you feel particularly prude, this is not the place to, well, feel at ease in that sense. Unless you're anonymous and quiet and you don't tell anyone that this is what you like watching on the side while you like pretend to be a normie amongst all of your family and friends, while in reality you quickly check out my stream going for a different world because that's what you're really into, but you live in a place where you can't express yourself. But it's okay. I know that you exist. I know that you desire. Maybe one day you get to show yourself too. Anyway, hi. Blech.
Oh boy, time for more normal and SFW streams from my favorite wholesome streamer, which I will watch on speakers so everyone can hear.
Thank you so much for the sub. Alright, I'm gonna turn off these fucking sub reward thingies. Like when you sub, I have things thrown at me and shit. Like, I'm turning it off. I'm turning it off. Oh my god. I'm turning it off. Boom, it's gone. It's gone. Oh my god. Okay. Let's see. Calling out people who sit to chat and don't talk by chance. I was doing a slight. I was doing a little goof. That's all.
Wait,
a little
this
goof.
isn't the place to watch a cute streamer stream in public, lol.
Thank you so much for the 100 biddies. Actually, yeah, I'm known for getting muted on Twitter by many of my friends because none of my tweets are appropriate for public transport. So like if you have me followed and you're in public transport and I tweet out like, hey, look at my giant personality, I want to jump around and dance with my giant personality out there because I think it is really fun to look at me. Anyway. Anyway, Ba, 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 da, ba, ba. You know, I should turn it into a meme and own it. Like, the best content to look in public. And if I do that, then I might actually influence people to do it anyway. That's right. Maybe you should all look at me in public. Maybe not. I'm not sure. This is the path of destruction. This is a path of destruction. I'm not sure if I should encourage this behavior. Maybe we should all be good. Maybe we should all be good. Behave and be appropriate for other people. Maybe not. Maybe not. Burn the world. And do what you want. Break every rule you have. Defeat every single expectation that you were given in life. Do whatever the fuck you want. Leave on a whim. Break everything around you. Enjoy your life however you wish. Anyway, hi everyone. How are you doing? Without hurting any other people, though. Do not make someone else the victim of your pleasure. That is the rule. We enjoy ourselves on our own terms, however that may be. We do not require to hurt anyone else to do so. However,
15 months with a cute artsy. Let's go. Hello, cute artsy. How are you today?
Thank you so Thank you so much for the 15 months. Thank you. I'm doing great today. While it's true that we don't want to hurt anyone with our actions directly, if someone decides to get offended by our actions indirectly, that's none of our fucking problem. That's not how it is. Because we have never directly harmed them. And so the blame is not on us. Hell yeah. Okay. Wow. Old lady, listen, that granny, coming from me, coming from being a granny myself, you know, we just have wild thoughts, of course, like everyone else does, you know. It's like, god damn, shit. I mean, maybe I should do something like that too, you know. That's horny fuckers on every... No matter how old people get, there's always a horny fucker somewhere. And as long as there are horny fuckers in this world, as long as there are horny fuckers in this world like us, like me, like you, whatever I do will always be effective. No matter how old we get. Did I tell you the story that somebody blamed me for the lewd in VR chat? I ran into someone, I think like a month or two ago. I ran into someone and they were like really upset with me, and they were like implying that I ruined a lot of parts of VR chat because I've influenced people to be lewd in this game, right? And that's kind of like where I thought to myself, oh my god, I invented sex. I invented sex. Oh my god. I am the reason you exist. That's crazy. Oh my god. I should probably make that into a meme. I've been joking with this for like a month now with my friends. Like, I invented sex. Yeah, right? Nobody was lewd on the internet until I ruined it for everyone. Especially on VR chat. Yeah, that's where the idea came from. It was crazy. It was like a different community leader or something, and they hated me so much. It was crazy. There was a thing that was really common where people were like, "You used to be so wholesome, artsy. What happened to you? You used to be like this." And then we were like, "You mean when I invented fist like bones in ass so you can have ass jiggles in VR chat in 2017? You mean that wholesome me that was walking around with my ass out as a 2B character? That wholesome me? That one who was getting blackout drunk in the party that I was hosting? That wholesome me?" Cause I don't know. I think we knew I don't think we knew the same fucking person. I don't know. But it's okay. Everyone has their fucking dreams and fantasies about me sometimes, especially from that era, because I was a little bit more popular in like a VR chat sense, and it wasn't about like me being a streamer at the time, but there was a lot of like implications and fantasies and imaginations about me because I was a very anonymous person. So I feel like everyone kind of like filled the gap on who I actually was without like actually hanging out with me, and so it's like. I always chuckle when somebody says I used to be wholesome, right? Especially because like there was a server back then, and I looked up the chat log of that server to see if I actually was wholesome in 2017, right? An entire chat log is filled with people flirting in a lewd way with me, and I'm just like, what? It's like. Y'all wanted me this way. Y'all wanted me this way. What the fuck? Y'all wanted me this way. So I realized. So when you seem more wholesome, people wanted to flirt with you lewdly. But when you actually go lewd in response to their lewd comments, that's the wrong move. You're supposed to stay wholesome while being flirted with in a lewd way where people essentially go, "I want to fuck you" the whole time. But I'm not supposed to adjust to that. That is my fault. Now I am invoking all the emotions. It's fucking wild. Oh my god. So I'm not supposed to enjoy it. What the fuck? What the fuck? Why can't I just enjoy it? Unbelievable. It is weird, right? It's weird, but it happens everywhere all the time. Look at a lot of like, see, you have to. Okay, so you have to like it slightly, but not too much. If you like it too much, you're too much of a slut, and you're provoking it from other people. But if you're not too much of a slut, then you're just too hard to get, and then people can't hang out with you because they're just stressed of making a wrong mistake. So it's like, I don't want to fucking bother with that shit. I don't fucking care enough for that. I'm just gonna fucking like it. What the fuck? Why would I not like the intention? What? Crazy. It's crazy. Oh my god. I'm having a wonderful day, Code. Thank you. True. I just like, I started wondering if I like, this might be a little mean, but I wonder if like one of their like interests, like one of their love interests or something, turned out to be like non-monogamous, lewd or something, and then it's like, how you just got influenced by people. Whose fault is it? It's Artsy's fault. It's Artsy's fault that you don't only want to fuck me. I am strawmanning so hard. I don't care, I'm going all in. It's okay, I can make fun of hypothetical people that may or may not exist, right? Oh my god. Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, I feel the same way. I don't really. I'm the reason nice guys finish last. Oh my god. God, okay, listen. I want to tell you a fucking story, okay? Do you know how many nice guys, absolutely fucking. Okay, listen. I've dated several people, okay? And one thing has always been common is that a lot of friends of people who I've dated were nice guys who fucking despise me. and they're so nice, right? They're so nice. They're so nice that they have to repeatedly and always make whoever I'm dating feel horrible for interacting with me, you know? Because I'm yes, you're so nice. You're so nice. You just know the best for everyone. You're so nice. Oh my god. Oh god. But it's often because on a less memey note, it's often because like lewd is a very big taboo thing still for many people. And so it's obvious where I stay and where I am and what kind of person I am. And it's obvious that I fuck around all the time. And that is the thing that a lot of people can't really like, wrap their heads around and such. So like in a lot of ways, seeing someone that they're quote unquote friends with, nice guy friends with, who totally don't have a romantic interest in the person that I'm dating or something. Just nice people who have no interest in those people whatsoever. Just nice friends. You know. It's the age-old thing where like it is true where it is almost like a little bit like I feel for it a little bit where like somebody just doesn't know how to appeal to someone that they're into, right? And often ends up more or less always being kind of blunt, mean, and crude towards the people that they actually want to be with. And so after that, that person would probably like someone who's just nice to them. But being nice is like almost a taboo thing to a lot of people. Like, oh, that's fake, or oh, how this and that. Oh, they're just buttering you up kind of thing. That kind of thing, you know? And but that's an outcome that you create yourself by being mean to people that you like. Eventually that person will probably go for someone who is nicer than you are. And that person ends up being me most of the time. Anyway. That's an old story. It's like from years ago. But yeah. There's a lot of cases that are like someone is, because like being friends is very yeah, no, it's actually like that. Oh my god, we're past throwing rocks and dirts at the girls we like. It's literally like that. It's literally like that. And they'll go out of their fucking way to do shit to people that they actually want to be with, you know, in their efforts to make them change or something, or to show their wrongness or some shit. It's honestly kind of offensive to me, but you know, it's none of my business to some extent, you know. Holy shit. Hi, Violet. I'm doing good. How are you doing? So yeah, anyway, moral of the story that I'm trying to say here is that actually trying to care for people that you want to be with is actually a good idea. And I don't mean caring for them in a way that you want to correct them and tell them how to live their life. Liking someone means that you look at who they are and you like who they are. And if you don't like who they are, then maybe you shouldn't be dating them, or trying to date them, or trying to fuck them. I think it's not so fucking difficult in that sense, you know? It certainly, to me, makes a lot more sense than like, oh my god, I like half of this person, and I'm gonna keep fucking critiquing them until they change their mind. Like, oh my god. God, a lot of my exes have gone through that sort of thing. It's crazy, but even myself, I guess, to some extent. But yeah. Okay, so there is a lot of kink shit around like hating but also fucking and such. I don't know. I have some issues with it myself, but I've been hate fucked before by people who used to like literally despise me. And then afterwards I wanted to see, okay, is this a story where like, I'm gonna keep it really short because this is public and I don't say this in public. But there are moments where people who very much disliked me for all kinds of reasons, and I wanted to prove a point, right? Because like a lot of anti-lewd people were being anti-lewd towards me, right? But I was like, I bet if I gave you the chance, you'd fuck me anyway, regardless of all the things you say in public. I bet you'd fucking boast about it too afterwards, wouldn't you? So I did that. I did it because I didn't care too much. I wanted to see the fucking results. And I was right. And this is kind of like why I feel like a lot of the things that I did aged very well. Because in the end, VR chat turned much lewder. VR chat and VR in general is a place where you can express yourself in whatever type of clothing at the moment. Everyone can express themselves however they wish to. Well, not every way, but reasonable ways. And you can be intimate with each other in reasonable ways. You can expose your body in reasonable ways. And everyone likes doing it. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people like doing it. It aged very well, expressing yourself that way on social media, in VR chat and things like that. And it makes sense. It makes total sense. Because it's a place of self-expression and intimacy and communication. It should be that way. On YouTube, a lot of videos are very often about like the dark side of VR chat, the negative about VR chat, and things like that. And usually it's referencing lewd as a bad thing in a very, very often amount of time, implying that VR chat used to be better when people weren't lewd in a more open sense. Which I want to add this actually. Like while we're talking about VR chat, I want to add something to it. You know what was better than VR chat 2017? VR chat 2018. You know what was better than VR chat 2018? 2019? And 2020, 2021, 2022, 4. 2024 VR chat is better than 2023. 2, 1, 0, 9, 8, 7. There is a big community around glorifying old VR chat, but I just never felt the same way, because old VR chat, just like the rest of the internet in 2017 and 2018 and 2019, was not an inclusive space. It wasn't as nearly as inclusive as it is now. It was good if you were with the boys, with the crew, with all the popular people. It was good if you followed the unspoken rules. It was good if you were part of the team that ran VR chat, essentially. Well, not literally, you know what I mean, like the more popular people. If you were on their page, it was good for you. If you had anything else about you that was unique in a sense that they weren't used to, there was no space. There was no space for that. It only became more possible after like 2020, 2021 maybe even. 2017 was not that much of an inclusive space. People didn't talk about trans people at all. You were mute, and then, why don't you just unmute? You're a guy, right? That was it. All the content was like, listen to my trap voice. Pretty much. Like, this is how it was in 2017, 2018. It's not nearly as fun and amazing for anyone who wasn't part of like the main clique. That's why VRChat right now is much better. It's a place where anyone can have a own space. Anyone can find their own community. There's so many spaces, so many places to have communities that were at the same size or bigger than the entire active playlist of active player base of VRChat in 2017. It was about 300 people. The active player base every day was 300 people. Now you can have a community of 300 people within your niche. It's kind of wild. Okay, so that's why, well, it was felt very wholesome in other ways, you know, communities and such. But the second you did anything that people didn't really want, it was over. I say,
have some of my tiny wallet tartsy salute.
Thank you so much, Sage. So yes, I never felt, I feel some nostalgia like everyone else does, but I definitely don't feel like praising that era that much. That era was only good if you were there. And the thing is, I was a very popular person in 2017 and 2018. I had my people. In fact, literally everyone knew about me at that time. I had that space. I had that experience. I had the experience where I joined and 20 people joined on me. Communities would raid me for fun with 20 of their own people. I had that popular experience. I had one of the best experiences you could possibly have in 2017. And I still don't think that I should be praising that era as much, because if you weren't that person, there was no space for you. If you weren't that person, if you weren't a somewhat like this or that, if you were a little bit different, if you did things a little bit different, it was one big space. And now you can have your own space. Now that space is much bigger. There's so many more people like you that you can find in VRChat. And that's much more better for everyone right now. And if you don't want loot, you can find non-loot communities. If you want loot, you can find loot communities. There's a place for everyone. And you don't have to fight each other over it. You don't have to fight over what should and shouldn't be in the game. Because you can literally find a space that can suit you with more people than ever before. That wasn't possible back then. That's why I always like praising current day VRChat. And it might be true that the longer you go on, the more you'll see all of your friends disappear that you used to hang out with. But it is a social game. We kind of like hop on and meet hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people all the time. In the time that you talked to your friend, maybe a week ago, in that time, if they played VR chat for like 7 days, they've met 1,000 new people since you last talked to them. And maybe one of those people made them feel very happy. And so, like, would you really want to be upset with your friend if they found something to be happy over? You know, like, regardless of how you feel about that other person. You know, isn't that what we're all doing? Kind of trying to find happiness while finding people. That's why VR chat is something that's very unique. It's very little places where you can consistently meet new people like this and consistently have a new chance to have a brand new experience with that person. And maybe someone else comes along, and maybe someone else comes along. But of course, we can't have everyone, and that should be okay, you know? That we all want to be happy ourselves, but also the people around us. I have this thing where if I have someone I want to hang out with, but they found a way to be happy without me, I would 90% of the time, 99% of the time be like, okay, I don't want to take that away from them. I definitely really want them to keep feeling that happiness with that other person. Because I often feel like I am incapable of doing that for someone because I'm always all over the place and I'm always busy here and there. So I love nothing more than to see people find someone who can truly make them happy. That's really something that always brings like a lot of warmth to my heart. And all of these things I think are so much more important than whichever activity you decide to do in VR chat, whichever model you decide to use, whichever group you decide to be a part of, whichever way you want to play VR chat, whether you sit at a mirror or not, or whatever you hang out in a lewd dungeon or a wholesome, I don't know, bikini bottom fucking SpongeBob world. I don't fucking know. That probably not that one. There'd probably be a lot of kids there, so maybe not the right choice. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's so not important. What does it matter which choice we make, you know? What matters is that without bringing harm to anyone else, that we find something that makes us happy. Why would that be a bad thing ever? Hello. That's crazy. So yeah, that's how I feel about VR chat. Like old VR chat and new VR chat. I can definitely say that I had zero confidence in my mind that I would be accepted the way I am today. Anywhere near that era. Anywhere near that era. As a matter of fact, I wasn't. But yeah, it's a different story. So, and I never thought of myself as like some kind of saint or good person. I actually didn't think I was a good person for as long as I was alive, for the most part. But I think today I allow myself to be praised more than in the past. I allow myself to get praised more in the past, and then like right now. I think right now I have become more or better at I think everything, honestly. So yeah, I'm happier with myself these days for sure. So how about that? How about a sudden switch in tone, huh? How do you think about my story? Thank you. Hell yeah, thank you. Baba, pee pee. I do wonder if oh well. Let's see. Where do we go from here? What kind of vibes do we go and start off after that one? Thank you so much. What do we say after that? This new model? I would say that it was in a finished state somewhere around 2 weeks ago. I would say like somewhere around a week ago, maybe. I was still making some minor adjustments. And since then, I have been preparing a video. And, well, I was a little bit delayed. But I have all the necessary parts now. So all I have to do is finish up some things. And then I'll be able to do a little lore debut thingy. And stuff like that. So I've been like focusing on that sort of thing. And last night I was like, I think I feel like streaming. So here we are today. I seem like a nice person overall. Yeah, I probably seem that way, yeah. I don't think that I'm mean. I don't think that I'm mean. That's all I want to say. Yes. Secretly very cruel? I don't think I am, but I wonder, I'm sure that there's someone in the world who could probably interpret me as like a bad, cruel person. I guess it's a matter of perspective, right? I personally don't think I am. Hello, hi. Hell yeah, I like multi-streaming. If y'all have any more questions, I mean, I can always answer your questions for you. If you're curious about me or want to know anything about me. I may not answer all of them, but I can certainly give it a shot. That's barely a question. That's almost like telling me what to do. I won't moan for you, but I can take some sip of my water. And just some water, I guess. Do I think the Apple Vision Pro is overpriced and undersupported? I haven't used it yet, so my experience with it is probably too lacking to give like an actual judgment over it. And I haven't kept up with any information about it either. However, I am interested in the hardware because I am an absolute VR fanatic. So that's something I definitely would be interested in. But for a $3,500 product, I probably don't have enough use cases for it that are actually usable in my life. Hi Flip. And it's like, well, I'm not gonna watch movies in bed with my headset. I'd rather just like lay down on my phone or something. So I don't have much use for it whatsoever. But the specs for a VR headsets are kind of pog. So I would love to use it for VR chat or something if that was possible. But it looks like a giant hassle to set up. Yeah. Hello, Felix. My microphone is about a hand away from my mouth, but it's a shotgun microphone, so it's very aimed at my mouth. It's like a giant like barrel of a gun aimed literally at my face, so like it should pick up everything. If the tech from SEO is real, how often would you be in a virtual world? 24/7. That's not true. Maybe that would be true. I'm not too sure. It depends on the other people, because I do have visitors pretty often from VR chat. So I very, very often meet up with people from VR chat. And they stay over with my place and we do a lot of things together and such. And if that were not the case, then it would be 24/7. If that is still the case, then it would be 24/7, except for when somebody comes over. Because it's gonna sound kind of crazy, but I just have no real interest in the world other than photography. So if I wasn't doing photography right now, I would probably never go outside. Pretty much. I really have nothing to do there. There's so many more things I like doing in the virtual world and on the internet that I wouldn't do by myself outside, unless I meet up with the people that I know from VR chat, because then everything outside suddenly becomes fun and interesting and actually worth my time. Because I would like to enjoy things with people that I like to hang out with, and not just enjoy things with people who happen to be in the area and kind of have to endure as an excuse to go outside. This is not really a thing I like doing. So yeah, pretty much. Thoughts on making friends with viewers or fans? I've done it multiple times. It can be cool. I've done it multiple times, but in 6 years, it has been not that many people. So like, it is not a common thing to happen, but it has happened. I would say less than I can count on one hand how many people have become close friends from chat. And that's after 6-ish years. Hello, Linda. What do I look for in a partner? Ooh. Let me look around. I probably missed some questions, so let me take a quick look before I get there. Microphones. SEO, the tech is just pog, because like I could just fuck in there all day too without any repercussions. Like, imagine the amazingness of having sex, full experience sex, but 0 STDs, 0 pregnancy, 0 nothing. Like, literally IRL sex would be inferior in every way. In every way. Like, imagine stamina bars that you would hold up. Imagine turning on infinite stamina or some shit. Like it is just... if it was a 1-to-1 recreation, it would just be inferior to the virtual world. Okay. What part of the world am I from? The middle. If you consider Europe the middle. What do I look for in a partner? Okay, what do I look for in a partner? So I'm a very non-monogamous person. I pretty much never assume that one single person could ever be someone who can make me happy on every possible way. I don't think that exists. I don't think there's a single other person on this planet who has every single trait that I could ever want or have from someone. It's just in one person. Like, that person will be best at everything that I want. It will never happen. So I have several things I look into partners and people who I'd like to be with, but I never look for them in one person alone. So there are just vibes and moods that I have, and every different vibe, every different mood has different peaks and interests and such. So there are some people that I know that take a lot of those things and that have a lot of like compatibility in a lot of different ways. And that's enough for me. That's enough for me. I don't need to have anything or everything, I mean. So but I will say some things are very essential. So one thing that's super essential for me is, and there are exceptions to all of these rules, by the way. Because non-monogamy, well, no, not emotional awareness is what I was going to talk about. Emotional awareness, being able to feel others and respond appropriately without offending everyone, or without, when I say offending is a little difficult. Let me just describe it differently. I find it attractive when somebody has the capacity or capability or potential to understand how someone is feeling and then respond in a way that doesn't worsen the scenario or maybe even improves the scenario. To take that effort and to respond that way, I think is extremely attractive, even if you don't have to do that. Even if that's not what you would normally do. Just being able to do that and wanting to do that for someone that you're not even that close to is super attractive to me. It's an instant like, oh fuck, for me. So if you want to, if that's like a thing on site that I will be attracted to, it's that. You can have the biggest, smallest titties in the world. You can have whatever body type you have in the world. I don't fucking care. If you can do that, you'll be immediately attractive to me. Essentially. Could I repeat that? Yeah. So, pretty much someone who can recognize how someone is feeling and respond in a way that doesn't worsen the scenario, either neutralizes things or improves the scenario. So in other words, having the emotional awareness and the experience to respond to the emotional situation. Emotional intelligence, yeah, or emotional awareness. One of those words. The gist remains the same. That sort of behavior and that sort of skill is a skill that I'm extremely attracted to. And this will go over any visual aspect somebody could have. You can have whatever body type, doesn't matter to me at that point. You can have whatever size pee-pee or pussy, it doesn't matter to me anymore. If you can do that sort of thing, nothing else is as valuable as that to me, probably. But it's not a requirement for me to be into someone, by the way. Not a requirement. It's just one of the very attractive aspects. It's very possible for me to be into someone that doesn't know how to do that. But yeah. Is empathy something you can work on? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So the thing that I mentioned is more of a skill. In fact, it's a combination of skill and talent. The talent can come from being able to recognize someone else's feelings, and that comes from imagination. Can you imagine yourself in that person's position? A lot of empathy begins and ends with situations that you have already imagined yourselves in from the very beginning. So, for example, the fear of death is something very common, and the experience of someone passing away is very common. So these are things that people will suddenly switch for and suddenly be like, oh my God, I can empathize, because that's an experience that someone has already imagined in their head 100 billion times. But the skill comes from, and the talent comes from recognizing these things without them being relevant in your life. That's where a lot of empathy comes from, because you're meeting with a lot of people who will have completely different issues in completely different situations that you will never be into. You'll never experience them. You'll never feel them. You'll never be in them. Being able to, or trying to empathize with that, requires imagination, requires thought. And then the experience to reply to that emotion, to reply to that person who is in that position, requires skill and experience. You have to probably see some people who have done it a few times before, or maybe just like me in a couple of situations. So these things are things that you can definitely get better at. Imagination. Incidentally, I also believe that being an adult, an actual adult, in my opinion, is literally about this. I feel like the level at which you are able to emphasize with people is very, very important, like extremely important. There's a certain level, and anywhere below that, I think, is unacceptable in a lot of different ways. At least I find it extremely uncomfortable to be in the same room. Of course, who am I to say what is acceptable and not, right? So let me rephrase myself. For a space that I have, for a space that I like to be in, I do require a level of empathy that everyone has. It doesn't have to be the best. It doesn't have to be the most experienced thing. But at the very least, a little bit of empathy is required. A little bit even. I don't expect everyone to be an expert, but a little bit is required. A good example of someone who is not doing that is if you walk into a room and you have a joke in mind, and you go into the room to do this joke, and there's someone like crying in the room or something, and there's someone like something is going on in this room, and you walk into the room, make it about yourself, do your joke anyway, because I'm just gonna do myself. I want people to hear me. You know? That is like, I don't want to fucking hang out with you. A second example is if you have a joke and somebody doesn't like your joke, that should be okay. Somebody should be able to not like your joke. If you get offended by the fact that somebody doesn't like your joke, that doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, right? Like, that's one of those things where I've seen it many times before where somebody likes to do dark jokes, and then if somebody doesn't like their dark joke, they get extremely offended by the fact that somebody didn't like their joke, and then calls that person a bunch of things and such, which to me is a massive contradiction to who they are pretending to be. So that's another thing. You have to be able to deal with the fact that somebody doesn't always like what you're doing. You have to be able to deal with that. The world, there's something that I like saying is, I'm not that important. I'm not that important. We're all not that important in a lot of ways. You know, the room doesn't have to always be about me. Even if I host it, I can step aside and do a dance on the side and be with myself. I'm not that important. Yes, evil eye, exactly that. Exactly that. There's been many building up a community over the years. There were many situations where I refused to get close to someone who really wanted to get close to me because they were kind of this kind of person. And I didn't tell them what to do. I didn't tell them to change. They're living their own life. I don't have any right to tell them who they're needing to be. But in my space, in my room, in my environment, in my community, I'd rather not get closer to someone who consistently does that. But that could be the same for that person in their space, in their room. That might be how they all like to talk to each other. And if that is the case, all power to them. I am in no way informed better at understanding how the world works than they are. We all just have our own interpretation. Only thing I know what I want is how I want my spaces to feel when I'm in them. And people around me feel the same way as I do. And I'm pretty confident about that. And so I can only say what matters in the space that I live in. And it doesn't matter for any other space, because I don't know how anyone should act. I don't know anything about anyone else. I can only pretend to know how anyone else actually is. Which almost sounds like a contradiction from earlier, but like I said, I can meme, I can talk, I could be a content creator, but I don't actually know anyone, pretty much. So yeah, like I said, anything that matters only for whatever situation that I'm in. I have no say in other spaces. I don't really, well, I think partially is because I feel pretty confident in how I look at the world and the people around me. And I can only assume why, for example, talking shit about what I do would be interesting to other people who live in their own space, right? I was like, because I often feel like I'm supposed to, sometimes I'm hinted to that I'm supposed to act in a way that other people are acting. And I never understand why. And I can only assume like, okay, this is because of insecurity. Like I can make that assumption, I guess. But I don't know that person, so should I really make that assumption? I'm not sure. You know? I just don't know. You want me to tell you to wear a bra or not? Wear the fucking bra. Let's go. Wear it. Wear it. I hope you enjoy the bra. Add some panties to it while you're at it. Maybe like a garter belt and some like, you know, leggings or something. Or like stockings or some shit. No, I've met people who get really offended by other people's actions that don't involve their own life whatsoever, and I never really understood the emotion. Maybe it is a sense of like community to the world or something. Like it could be like a sense of community towards the world or something. Like, oh, I'm contributing to the country, the world in something, and people who aren't behaving this way may like not be taking part of that sort of thing, and that could be offensive to someone. Like there could be definitely different ways that somebody could interpret that sort of thing, right? Like I don't want to just assume boohoo insecurity, right? Like I want to use a bit more logic and build up towards that sort of thing. Like I can just say that I don't really care about that sort of thing, so like to me those concepts don't exist. Even though I acknowledge the fact that my country and the people in it are responsible for the electricity, the roads, the houses and such. So obviously, you know, there are things happening there that I need to rely on and such, you know. But yeah, I don't know. It gets really political, complicated at that point. After that point, you know, like what. Why this and why that? Why is somebody doing this or feeling this way and why that? I usually assume that people are smarter than they seem. But that a lot of people are maybe not as good as communicating under emotional stress or confrontation. So things just go one way or another. Especially when you're in a position where you feel more dominant over another person and you confront them repeatedly over things, it is very easy to make them trip up and then blame them for things and such. So like there's a whole different story there, but I do feel like you know, there's a lot of like people perhaps with maybe parental issue kind of things There, you never feel like you're able to like say anything, and so you always look stupid and such. And because they will never give you the chance, and they'll always like press your buttons in a way. Which is, you know, if you did that online, you'd be seen as a very cheap person, by the way. But of course, in a household, you can get away with anything in between your four walls, you know. Aliens visit the planet and ask to see a leader. Do you lie, or do you do as they ask? You do as they ask. You do as they ask. That seems like it seems like a very difficult lie to maintain. Because well, okay, so if I lie, what would I say then? Would I say that I'm the leader, implying that I know better how to lead than whoever is the leader in currently, right? I don't know whether I am a better leader than the leaders in the world. I don't know that. I have no idea. I have no idea. I know how to manage my space, but my space is like 100,000 times smaller than whatever the country is or the world is, you know? So like I have no idea whether I am a good leader in that sense, or if I know anything in that sense, if I have the political experience in that sense. So would I imply that I'm a better leader? Probably not. But can I also maintain this lie and illusion? Probably not. I'm also pretty bad at it. I don't know, like the whole like pretending something part. I tried for a long time. I'm just bad at it. I'm just fucking bad at it, pretty much. Taking the aliens up to a road trip. Yeah. How about this? I find people attractive based on who they are. And I could fuck any type of body, it doesn't matter. In fact, I have, actually. Anyway. You should see some of our meetups, like every few months. They're pretty crazy. Oh, hello there. You loved MySpace? Oh my god, that's a while ago. I'm doing good. How are you doing, Dinosaur? One thing actually, I know what's actually also attractive to me. This came to mind. This is mostly for men, actually. Mostly for men, but a lack of ego and pride. A lack of ego and pride. This song is one of my original songs. It's made by someone called On Mild Sage. It's called Afternoon Walk, but it is just one of my songs. I have dozens and dozens of songs made for me in my theme song and such. Some of the music is available on Spotify if you look up On Mild Sage or Mucubus, which is of course my name, or my species, so to say. You'll get the visual novel OST, and you get like at least 12 of the songs, pretty much. Okay, so lack of ego and pride. Let me explain to you what I mean. There are a lot of things that I feel, a lot of actions I feel only makes sense if it's about how you look to the public, right? Like, for example, I met this guy some years ago, and at this time I was mostly only like hooking up with girls, and this guy, he kind of like, I overheard him hooking up with other people, and he was talking about people from all kinds of people from here, people from there, girls, guys, whoever, like just openly talking about, you know, his life and such. And I thought he was super cool because he didn't judge anyone for who they are. He didn't like made himself look all cool and fucking, oh my god, I get the hottest people and I wouldn't do that one or something. He was not filled with himself. He was looking at other people as people, no matter who they were. Thank you for the 100 biddies, sorry, thank you, Knight. And what I mean with pride is sometimes people will lose what is important to those around them just to look good in front of strangers that they will talk shit about in the end anyway. And just to look good in public, right? So the whole part of looking good, if you don't have that, oh god, you become so much funnier and less stuck up about things without the whole looking good in front of strangers part. Like, it's if you're able to make fun of yourself a little bit and not get bullied, you know, but like just like make like fun of yourself in a wholesome way that you have control over, not actually being judged for who you are and looked and such, because that's something else. Blech, blech, blech. You know, so like I just enjoy it when somebody isn't like trying to look cool in that way, because I think what looks cool is that you're having fun, you're able to laugh and smile without the cost of other people. You're able to laugh and smile and make other people laugh and smile with you without making a fucking target out of someone. That is cool. That is attractive. It's attractive to try. It's not attractive to do it without effort. It's attractive to put effort into something. So putting effort, that little bit of effort to be a little nicer to someone, that is attractive too. It's more attractive than putting in the zero effort and stepping over someone. And no matter how much people adjust to others, I fucking know that there are so many people out there who are just waiting for that moment of fresh fucking air. Moment of breath, fresh fucking air, where somebody just like does any of these things. Pretty much. So that is something that I find attractive. So that's why, like, unfortunately, this is a way that a lot of fans approach me. Unfortunately, somebody will go and essentially tell me, oh, I am not like your other fans. Unfortunately, this is not very common, which really doesn't give a good impression on me, because you're using other people who like me as a way to say that you're better than them, which is like, why would you do that with me? Like, that really doesn't work with me. Also, hello, hi. Have a good night. You know, I actually don't know how to pronounce your name. Oh, wait. Sorry, but have a good night. Have a good night, Roadrunner. Oh yeah. So, okay, here's an example, right? And I'll show you how natural and how common this sounds like, okay? So I'll be like, oh my god, Artsy, I really enjoy your stuff. No, actually, let me. That's not common. I was like, oh my god, I heard about you. I've never watched your content. You know, I'm not like someone who watches Twitch or anything, so I don't really like watching streams and such. So I'm not really like one of your fans, but like I would love to get to know you. And it sounds very normal at first, right? At first it's like, oh, you want to actually get to know me. You don't want to be just a fan and such. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, right? That's like a not uncommon thing to say. However, sometimes it's said in a way where it's like, oh, I'm not like one of your simps. I'm not like one of just your fan. I'm not just your fan. I don't really do that sort of thing. And that kind of thing. Once you say that in a tone of voice that implies that the people who watch me are somehow anything less, that's when you've lost me instantaneously. I won't react. I won't say anything. I won't even acknowledge the fact that what you said didn't feel like something that I liked or disliked. Because I'm not going to do that sort of conversation. I'm not going to cause a scene. I'm not going to call anyone out. I'm going to simply keep it neutral and be like, oh my god, I'm glad that you want to have some attention towards me. I'm probably pretty busy and such. But if we run into each other, I don't mind talking and such and going from there. And that is true. I really don't mind. I don't really find any sort of grudge to go from that. However, some people take it a little bit far. But yeah. There is the follow-up to it, which is ERP. So something that follows up often is like, I don't want to really. So here's the triple combo, right? Somebody might approach me and say, I don't watch your streams. I want to get to know you. And I want to just like watch a movie and cuddle or something, maybe like that. And usually my response is, so do you want to fuck? And you may think that that's really out of the blue, and I put people off guard when I say this. But that is literally sometimes the impression that I get from someone. It's like, do you just want to like have sex or something? Because like, if you do, just say so, and maybe we'll just fuck or something. But don't pretend to want to become my friend to end up hooking up. I don't care that much about hooking up. In fact, we could just hook up and I could not care. We could forget about each other tomorrow. I don't care. But don't make me care about you. That's not good. I don't want to care on an emotional level if all we want to have is sex. I can just do the sex. It's not that complicated. It's not that important. We're just getting off and moving on. Okay, I don't need to have the emotional connection or something. So there is a part where for about a year or two in my life, this is still roughly the case. Right? But if I want to, if I meet someone new and they want to hang out with me and such, there is actually an extremely low chance that I'll watch a movie with that person, or an even lower chance that I will go over to cuddle with them by ourselves. There's a very low chance that I will be alone with the person. But, however, there's one exception. I'll probably fuck them. And let me explain to you why. Because while being intimate with someone on a sexual level, they usually drop their guard and show me more about who they are. And if what I see is someone who actually wants to know me, then okay. Maybe from there, we can maybe watch a movie. But I find it more, it's more expensive in a way, more valuable, more emotionally draining, or emotionally risky for me to cuddle up with someone and watch a movie than it is for me to ERP with them. Because that ERP will last, what? Minutes, an hour, maybe an hour, if not less. And we can just move on. But watching a movie together, we're cuddling up, talking, discussing things. It's like you're building a connection with someone more. And that is not something I want to do with someone who just wants to fuck. That's not something I want to do with people in general, because I have already so many people, and I honestly struggle finding enough time for everyone. So I'm a little bit stuck up with that, you know? I'm a little bit difficult with that. So in other words, just fuck me and move on then. Hurry up, get it over with. Don't even let me sit in limbo as I figure out what your intentions are. Just do it. Just tell me what you want. I'll probably say yes. If you're actually able to approach me to say, oh, I might even just say yes. Maybe. Sometimes, occasionally. Like if you're too rude about it, then no, I'm not going to. If you're too rude about it. Yeah. Anyway, that's been my approach for years now. There's another reason of my approach, by the way. The second reason, also thank you, Sage. I'll take a look at it in a second. The second reason is that I heavily promoted me being a slut to all of you repeatedly for years now. It's been roughly 3 years. Do you know why I've been heavily promoting myself as a slut to all of you? You know why? Do you know why? Let me explain to you why. Okay. I'm going to admit to something here. I've been exaggerating maybe by 20%. Not by that much, but I've been exaggerating by maybe 20% or something. The reason why is because there are a lot more monogamous people than non-monogamous people, and there are a lot more people who will not try to date me or see me as a potential partner at all when they hear how much of a slut I am all the time. They just don't. So, in other words, every time I do this, my life becomes easier. My actual life in private becomes easier if everyone thinks that I'm a slut. It just becomes easier for me. Then people generally just try to fuck me, and I don't really run into a lot of emotional situations where somebody actually wants to hang out with me and such. People will think that I only want to fuck them, and so they know what they're getting themselves into when I actually do. They don't get the idea that I'm going to trick them, that I'm trying to be close to them. They know that I only want them for sex if that's all we're doing. They know that I'm that person. They know that who I am, that I'm just being a slut that's always all over the place. And so I don't run into situations where, oh, Artsy tricked me, Artsy was leading me on, and said, oh, I wanted to have something close, or maybe I thought I had a chance with Artsy. I don't run into those situations anymore. I don't. Because of how much of a slut I announce myself to be. And so I do it a little bit extra than I actually am, but it certainly helps me. If I have 20% less chance of like that not happening, I will take it. I will fucking take it, you know? So that is my strategy. Because honestly, the people who dislike me more because of it would have never liked me in the first place. They would have maybe been just okay with me. I don't care. Because they don't live in my space. They live in their own space, where I don't see them. Besides, appealing to everyone is literally a nerf of who you are. Anyway, yeah, so I do play it up a little bit extra for stream. It makes it much easier for me to live. Okay, so music update, Sage. Give me. Let's see. Let me. Where was I? Music. Downloads folder. Let me just replace this file. Replace file. Okay, so and I put this in here. Close, open. Alright. Okay. New version of the song. Thank you. Good morning, Sin. Thank you, Lightspire. I never considered having a serious relationship. Actually, for the vast majority of my career that you've known me, if you've seen me public at all, for the vast majority of time that I have been here, I have not been single. For the vast majority of time. I may not announce when I am or aren't single, but for the vast majority of time, I'm usually not single. I won't tell you whether that is the case or not right now, though. Yeah, it's definitely fixed, Sage. Hell yeah, thank you. The thing about having mass appeal and not having a niche is that it's exactly what it means, you know? If you want to appeal to the masses, then you have to be like the masses, you know? Thank you for the 55 months. Holy shit, Haka. Hi. Yo. Yeah, so like I said, if you want to appeal to the masses, then you have to be like the masses, essentially. Like the people's idea of a popular person. And if you're not that person, then you're not going to be popular with the masses. But fortunately, the world has like, what, 8 billion fucking people in it or something at this point, right? Is it 8 billion now? So there is enough people to go around without having to appeal to the masses. You can just appeal to like the little million people that are within your niche. The probably 10 million people that are in your niche, rather than the billion people that are in the mainstream, you know? Maybe just 100,000 people are in your niche. Look at me, I probably appeal to about 100,000 people right now, I think. And that's why, like, on every platform, I like plateau around 100,000 subscribers everywhere. So I feel like I'm about 100,000 on my niche, essentially. Which has done me great. Like, it's done me fine. And me going into VTubing more now is going to potentially expand my niche into a bigger territory, because I was more into VR chat than I was into the VTubing community and such. So right now I could be appealing to a bigger niche, maybe. However, in my attempt to do so, I might apply less to the people I've already like appealed to, and therefore actually struggle more. I might struggle more. I might do worse. And that's really the problem with expanding, where like you may want to appeal to more people or a bigger audience. But if you don't really know how to do that or live in that world, you might just alienate the people who are already there. And I have tried it before with the whole alien thing and such. And I'm doing my best to, you know, make content that I am happy with. And also perhaps like look at new horizons, as in like, I wonder who's around here. I want to meet more people. I want to find people to talk to and such. And honestly, these days, I'm very happy with chat. Like right now, this is probably a really, really, really happy chat for me.
Well, here's one more subscriber that you appeal to smile.
Thank you so much, Joshua. Yeah, like I said, y'all are really nice to talk to right now. I've had times where I was more popular on YouTube, but Twitch chat and stream chat was very hard to talk to, and I didn't have many conversations that I was a very big fan of when reading chat. And that was very often the case in the past, where it was something I was kind of like, I don't know how to really enjoy this conversation sometimes. But right now I'm having a lot of fun, and talking to all of you has been really like a big blast all the time. So yeah. I have phantom sense. I do have phantom sense, yes. I am definitely happy these days. If I were a virgin today, would I want to have my first time with another virgin or someone experienced? I would say someone experienced. I've had that experience where we both were virgins losing each other's virginity. I was fucking horrible at it. I was struggling in so many different ways, and honestly, I found it quite embarrassing of myself in different ways. But it was, on some level, cute, I guess. Maybe not. But yeah, I would love for someone to take charge in some other ways. That would be fun. I would be happy with that. There's a joy in exploring each other and having our first times being slow and uncertain and such. And I think the fun in that is not the actual sex itself, but the build up to it. So like when you're both like nervous and both like starting off with things, because it starts with like, you know, the kisses, and then like you're like laying with each other, and it's like, oh my god, grinding a little bit, and it's like, oh, this is like an interesting vibe. And so that experience is really fun in a lot of ways. It's like, oh my god, it's like building up in a lot of ways. And you see like our brains turning or something. So I think the build up is fun, but that happens with someone experienced too sometimes. And like, I don't know. Thank you so much, Feifu. But yeah, like I said, that happens with some experienced people as well. It really depends on the mood and such. Because no matter how much experience I have, like I could be with, you could be two very experienced people, and we could still like have that kind of like crazy like awkwardness happening. It really depends on how you two interact with each other, or three. But yeah, I think if it is a vibe, right? But if you can live in the moment, the vibe will go in the right way, you know? And actually, I'll take that back. Nah, I don't think that's always the case. I don't think that's always the case. I need a different way to describe it. I'm not sure. I think TLDR is that you can have a lot of innocent experiences amongst extremely lewd experienced people. Yeah, like wholesome, almost inexperienced lewd experiences with experienced people are still possible. Yeah. That's what I want to say. Unless one person is specifically making them out to be like, oh my god, I'm inexperienced, teach me, senpai. Like if somebody like that sets themselves up to be like that way, then like then it's obvious what they want, right? Hello, Arhira. Hey. That's absolutely true, Bliss. Blasium? Yeah, that's absolutely true. Because even if you have done many things, you probably haven't done everything, and there's so many different ways you can do things that are still new to you. And also the person involved and what kind of emotional connection they may have to you. That can definitely be a unique experience one way or another. Honestly, I feel like I'll feel this way for the rest of my life, where no matter how much experience I have, everything is so like pansexual to me, where like someone's individual meaning to me changes the whole fucking picture, right? So I could go like, oh, sex, woohoo, but I could also go like, okay, here is this history I have with this person, and the meaning behind this and this and this, and all this history is all gonna come to this very intimate moment, and then we're gonna fuck. It's like, oh my god, holy shit, you know? And then we move on. Hello, Trace. Also, thank you for following. reminds me of like talking about standards, right? I think that's something I used to tell people as advice, and is I used to tell people to lower their standards. But I feel like those are no longer accurate words, even though I still mean the same thing. So some things I feel that are taken as standards are not actually standards at all. For example, like if somebody only likes to go outside to hang out with someone and doesn't talk to them outside of being there in person, and then I say, well, you can call them, and then they're like, well, I don't want to have that kind of interaction. I want to have a real interaction in person. And so you could say to that, oh, maybe you need to lower your standards because they only see this example as like the pure highest form of like interaction and such, and everything else is not good enough. But actually, that's not a standard. I think that using the word standard for this is the wrong way to put it. For example, of like being intimate with someone in VR versus in person, we can call it a preference in different ways, but maybe it's more of the fact of how we interpret these things, like a preconception, right? Because to me, it's like, well, look at all these ways that you can interact with someone. Look at all these ways that you can experience someone. And they are not necessarily competing with each other in any way or form. They're just means of convenience when one thing is more convenient than the other. Right? I mean, that's what communication online is all about. It's just convenience. It's a lot more convenient than sending a fucking letter or going over with a plane, you know? And I don't think it takes away from a lot of the experience if, well, in some cases it can, if everyone is being kind of like sneaky with each other. But I don't think lowering standards is a good way to describe advice here. I think broadening horizons, maybe. That sounds so generic. Broadening horizons sounds generic. What word do I want to use here? The word do I want to use? I'm not too sure. I'm not sure. I'm having a hard time coming up with something. Of course I'm not wholesome. What do you mean? Trying new things. Yeah. That's like... usually I look for like a word that has more of impact, right? So if I say broadening horizons or lowering standards is like a negative thing, as if like this activity is lesser than the other thing, you know? Oh, I'm definitely biggest VR fangirl for sure. I'm so biased to VR. But anyway, implying that something is lowering standards implies that one thing is lesser than the other, which I don't think is necessarily a good way to look at it. Because then you're always looking towards an improvement, and you're always looking towards this peak, so to say. Exploring the options, broadening your horizons, or what you're doing is just accommodating. Yeah. I'm thinking about something around the lines of it's difficult to always physically meet people that you can understand and relate to. Therefore, it only makes sense to use technology and options available to you to make meaningful connections with people that are within your range of understanding, right? Especially if you constantly run into a situation where everyone you meet is someone you dislike. So when one option has repeatedly failed, why latch on to that rather than following other options that are available to you? Right. But that's too long. That's not a good buzzword that I can use to like make an impact, you know? It's too long. So I'll probably think about this longer later. As it's too much of like a long explanation. People have been complimenting me today. Thank you so much, Rahira. And just, yeah. I guess the issue is some people think that the internet could be like fake to them in that sense. So like, just because there is no physical contact doesn't mean that. Yeah, it is a difficult one. I'll probably talk about it later. I'll probably think about it more later. I want to word myself a bit more accurately than when I just come up with something on the spot right now. I think the word choice here is a bit too important to improvise on the spot, and I'm not coming up with anything, so I'm moving on. Surpassing your limits, yeah, pretty much. I think it also is part of like the whole like looking good in front of strangers thing. It's more because when somebody requires or puts a lot of value in the opinion of others around them, even if they don't like that person, no matter what you say will be set under that umbrella of, well, I look like this to these 100 people, therefore it doesn't matter, you know? I don't want to look that way. And so in that way you kind of get really diffused no matter what you say, you know? Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. My brain, this is actually how I write stories. It's like I'll have like a feeling that I have an idea and I'll do something else and my brain will just figure it out in the background. Surpass your limits. Reject your, hold on, I need to pose for this. Alright, pose. Do I have like a JoJo pose or something? I'm gonna accidentally flash myself, I swear. What's this? No. You saw something. You didn't see anything. Forget it. Erase it from your fucking mind. This is where I wear 2 panties, I swear. JoJo pose or something. Nice. Anime pose. There we go. Yeah. Alright, what's the text? Surpass your limits, reject your fragile perception of the world, and ascend to a new paradigm. Let's hide myself while I switch pose. Feels like kind of dangerous. Oh my god. It's a life-duty privilege to not get exposed randomly. More sexy than bonus. I don't know, this is just my voice, okay. The base, I mean, this is a Manuka base, if you know booth models. However, of course, mine is much more modified than you'd ever get from the store itself. My proportions in many different ways are much beyond standard, which I use Blender to modify to my tastes and desires. I'm doing good. I hope you're doing good too. It is what time right now? Okay, almost 5. Well, okay. Have a go. I think my bell is hovering a bit too high. Go a little bit lower. I'll do that after stream. Did I ever fear being alone? I have a specific concept of alone that comes in line with being popular or being a streamer. In a sense, I'll never be alone when it comes down to people noticing me and interacting with me. I don't think that day will come. However, when it comes down to the amount of people that can understand my heart and be close to, without that, you can still feel lonely even if people notice you, right? And so, I would say that I never had enough time or space to feel. No, actually, there was a time where I didn't feel like anyone kind of hit me a certain way, you know? And that changed many years ago. After I changed my behavior towards the world, I stopped pretending to follow the normie route, essentially. I was trying to do the thing I was supposed to do, and once I stopped, I started finding people that I could relate to more. But that was a very long route in many different ways. And so I don't think I had enough time to think about being alone with all the things going on emotionally in my life, essentially. In that sense, I have had multiple moments where I would, I guess, talk to people, but not really talk to people, right? Like, you don't feel like you can say everything because you're still learning what it means to have friends. And I'm gonna say that again, like even if you have friends, sometimes you're still learning what it means to have friends, right? Like you'll have friends, but that constantly quote unquote play with you, quote unquote make jokes with you, and they're actually just insulting you and being mean to you all the time. So like after a few years, I learned the type of friend that I would consider becoming an actual close friend, and the type of friend that I kind of don't really want to hang out with, and saying things that I would literally reprimand strangers for saying to me and such, you know? Like there's also parts where some friends can say things to me that I wouldn't want strangers to say to me. But there's also very often been the case where these friends aren't just, I don't think they really are the type of friend I want to have. And of course, that friend might look at it differently. Like, oh my god, we used to be friends and then you changed. But there's also this part where like you were, maybe the way you treat people, or me in particular, is not the way I want to be treated. And if you cannot do that, then I'd rather not. Kind of thing. So, in that sense, I have learned what I want in a friend over the years. And yeah, now I feel like it's very difficult for me to feel alone, because I have a lot of people who I feel can touch my heart, and I can touch theirs. I do believe that there is some level of adjustment that we all need to do whenever we're in a room with other people. A normal level of adjustment that could be required so that everyone can coexist in a space without stepping on each other. And I think that's a wonderful thing to do, a good thing, and a valuable thing to put effort and time into, even just a few seconds of adjustment. I was just yawning, sorry. I'm not sorry. Thank you. I think like we all end up in situations where if things go wrong and we get alienated by people, you end up making friends that, even though you kind of survive together and get along together, you probably don't entirely match up. And you know, these sort of friendships happen pretty often and they can be very real, but well, it's better than being alone in the end, isn't it, kind of thing, you know? So you end up kind of like being friends with someone who isn't always the nicest to you, and you're not always the nicest to that person. It's not really anyone's fault, really. You just kind of like clash in other ways that you then move on from the next day because everyone else is worse, you know, like everyone else is worse. So like you just kind of like go in that direction together, and you know, that's very normal. But there is more. There is definitely more in the world. Oh, fuck. Okay, okay. So, thank you for listening to me today. I am probably getting a little bit physically tired. I want to go to the bathroom. I want to like relax for a little bit before dinner. So, I'll probably start closing things off a bit here. So I have like I said, I have a video planned, which should be done very soon. And then we can just like enjoy a few more streams. I do intend to stream more often, but I'm at the same time also way busy this month. So I will try to get into the right mood several times a week. And hi Puck, bye Puck. And I'm gonna phrase it this way. CEO man, say hi. I'm gonna phrase it this way because I want to get into the right mood to stream, not just plan stream. I want to feel stream. So I will try to get myself in the right mood a couple of times a week, and hopefully I get to see you more often after the next video. And I hope to finish it this weekend. I may not release it this weekend, but I hope to finish it this weekend. And we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to me. As always, I owe you all everything, my career and my life. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank you so much for being here. Have a good day. Let me do a wave real quick. I have a wave animation. Bye-bye. Goodbye. And I'm gonna walk away. Bye-bye.